Hey, good day, guys. Let's talk about how to start day trading for millennials. Millennials are one of the largest number of individuals who are coming up, right? So everybody, millennials usually don't really want to. They don't. Most of them don't know what the heck they want to do. And those who do want to do, if they are looking for day trading, then might be for you. So let's see. So before I talk about day trading, right? You have to look at before day trading. What do you really want in life, right? You need to know your why. If you're doing, if you want to become an engineer, why do you want to become an engineer? If you want to become a doctor, why do you want to be a doctor? If you want to be a financial advisor or manage portfolios of money, why do you want to do it, right? It's really important to know why you want to do it. For example, for me, the reason I do day trading is because it gives me the opportunity, right? I won't say it guarantees me money. It gives me the opportunity to make more than what I'm making right now. I can do it from anywhere in the world, whether I'm in my home, from the office, or if I'm on vacation, or if I'm visiting family. I can pretty much do day trading anywhere I want. The biggest why is it gives me the additional income and the flexibility. It's not like doing anything else where you are buying a house and then you need to wait for renters, or if you go and buy passive investments um, like dividend paying stocks and you're hoping that the stock might go up and you still might make some dividends. I know I want to take charge. I want to take charge of the future. I want to take charge of what I'm doing right now. That's why I like day trading. It gives me the income, it gives me the flexibility, it gives me to do anything I want in terms of trading from wherever I want. And the good thing is, you know what? You don't need a lot of money. Some people think you need a gigantic lot of money to make a lot of money. I mean, if you're a typical individual, if you're making about $2,000, $2,500, is it possible if you only have $4,000 of money to trade, or if you only have $5,000 to trade? Hell yeah, it is. I mean, that's the reason why I'm doing this video. Well, I'm going to document to you exactly how things are playing out. Last week, in my first week, I made about $360 from just a $4,000 account, right? $360 times 4 is about $1,400. Now, that's not a lot of money, but there's also a lot of missed opportunities. If I did take the opportunities, I would have potentially made more. So you have to see, why do you want to day trade? That's the biggest question you got to ask yourself. So if you have any time, sit down and write, why do you want to day trade? Okay. Next one, let's see how much time are you going to put in to be successful, right? A lot of people say that they want to become a doctor, or they want to be a lawyer, they want to be a day trader. But how much time are you really gonna willing to put in? Are you willing to put in hours and hours? I mean, they say you get a mastery when you put in 10 hours of time. So how much time are you willing to put in? Are you willing to, um, whenever you have free time, if you are, let's say, if you have a 9 to 5 job, are you gonna spend some time before going to work and reading up on stocks, reading on what's going on in the markets, uh, or after when it's your done work, when you come back home, are you gonna sit down and watch TV, or watch some videos, play some video games, watch Netflix, or just hang out, or are you gonna sit down and look at the charts and see what exactly is going on in the markets, how what kind of stocks were traded, and what kind of stocks you might have traded, and just trying to see how much time you're willing to put in, right? If you don't hustle and you don't put in the time, you won't get no result. Next is, what's your patience level, aka risk tolerance? Now, this is a big key, right? I'm in the financial industry, been in the financial industry, and speak to a lot of individuals, as mentor a lot of traders as well. That's one of the key. This is one of the key questions you got to ask yourself as well. What is your risk tolerance, right? Are you a big risk taker? Are you a small risk taker? How much money do you really have to even risk? Can you even risk anything? Um, Now, in day trading, what I like about day trading is, at the end of the day, you are sitting all in cash, which is, if you start with $100 in day trading, your account might go up or down, but even if at the end of the day you don't lose it all, you don't have to wait for the overnight risk, which is the markets. Something gaps up or gaps down in the markets, you don't have to wait for it, right? Something might happen overnight, maybe in China, Canada, US, Europe, doesn't really matter. You're sitting in cash at the end of the night, so that's risk tolerance. People say, you know what, day traders have high risk tolerance. That's not it. Day traders actually have very low risk tolerance. That's one of the reasons why they are day trading, right? Because if you're not holding anything overnight, you're reducing the amount of risk. You're reducing the uncertainty. The certainty you have is the money's in the bank account. The uncertainty is the market what's going to do overnight. So that's you need high risk tolerance. That's how I define it. Then what investment vehicle you want to trade? Now, when you talk about day trading, there's a whole lot of options you have, whether it's trading stocks, uh, or whether it's trading forex, which is the currency markets. You can trade options. You can trade um, futures, commodities. There's just a lot of investment vehicle to trade, a bond market. So you have to figure out what actually interests you, right? What actually interests you, and how you're gonna actually sit down and maximize the trade. Now, this is gonna come through trial and error. I'm not saying that it's gonna happen overnight. It's gonna come through trial and error. For example, for me, I started with the currency market because you needed less amount of money. You need to put in small amount of money and try. You get the potential to make a lot more money. They give you a leverage of 200 is to 1. I mean, if you put in $500, you get $100,000 of BP, right? So you're like, wow, now I'm gonna make a lot of money. But thing it is when you're starting off, you don't really know a lot. So you need to know what kind of investment vehicle you want to trade. But from currency market, I went to options where there's a lot more leverage. It's lower leverage than the currency markets, but it's still leveraged. And then eventually settled down to stocks. Never tended in futures because I know futures is not really for me. And then I moved to stocks, and that's where my specialty is. Now, if you see my videos and all, you'll see the only things that I do trade is stocks. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I might trade options every now and then. But my main strategy or main focus is on stocks. So you need to really narrow it down as a millennial or as a newbie, what investment vehicle you want to trade. There's a lot of YouTube videos, there are a lot of Twitterati's out there, and you can just browse around and see what makes sense for you, right? Don't try to see how I'm going to make the most amount of money the least amount of time. That's not it. The question really you have to ask yourself is how much, what makes sense to you, right? Uh, Now, once you decide what you want to trade, whether it's stocks or currencies or options or futures, now you have to decide who do you want to learn it from, right? Who do you want to follow on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or whoever it is? You need a mentor, or you need to actually have some kind of blueprint to develop a strategy. Now, can you make a strategy by yourself? 100%. There's a lot of books out there that you can sit down and read. Some of them, which I have personally read as well, try to develop a strategy. There's a lot of crash and burn. Um, so you need to understand who do you want to learn it from. Now, because there's Twitter and there's a lot of social media right now nowadays, it's actually easier. You can see what kind of investments a particular individual is making and try to understand if you put yourself into those shoes, are you really going to make any money, right? So, are you comfortable with the risk? Are you comfortable with the investment vehicle, with this currency options? Sometimes you might follow somebody and who's trading stocks. It might be too slow for you. If you trade currencies, it might be too fast for you. So you need to understand who you want to follow based on what investment vehicle you want to trade. What strategies make sense to you? This is one of the keys, right? Once you decide, you know what, now I need to do. I know want to date. Now I know why I want to do day trading and have understanding of what investment vehicle, and now I have somebody I'm going to follow. Who you're going to follow and what strategies make sense to you is going to tag along. The reason being is it's going to be a comfort level, right? Are you a deep value buyer, which is stocks get hit and then you try to go and buy it at the lowest price, thinking it cannot go any lower, or you're going to be buy a high, sell higher. You are a momentum player, where you trade stocks which only has proven momentum in it. For me, I'm a momentum player. I trade stocks only which have shown momentum, right? The stocks might trend in one direction. There's only three other things the stock can do. It can start to go up again, or it can just go sideways, or it can actually come back down. So you have to decide what strategies make sense to you. If you're day trading, you need to understand whether you want to be a trend trader, or you're good at predicting the highs or lows. So trying to predict is not really the ways of things, but just one of the things that people try to do, right? So for me, I try to two strategies that I tend to use is one is trend trading during intraday, which is for day trading, or trend reversals. If I see a stock has gone up parabolically or has gone flush down for the first 1, 2 hours, 3 hours, and I see there's a potential for a bounce, then I might buy it. So that's it. The next you want to see is test your strategies. Now, once you have a strategy of making that you think that is gonna is suitable for you, you gotta test it out, right? Sometimes you think that you might want to be a momentum trader, but actually when momentum goes both ways, it can go up fast and go down. It can go down fast too. So you need to test it to see are you comfortable with the level, right? So if you start out with say $1,000 in your trading account, uh, trade with 10 shares, trade with 20 shares. Size of the share doesn't really matter when you're starting off. What really matters is are you able to test your strategy and see if you're comfortable with it, right? That's the most important. Some people are more comfortable with trading breakouts. Some of them are more comfortable with the reversal strategies. Some of them just want to trade the range. So you need to understand what strategies you want to apply to trading. Last and not the least, you need to review and evaluate. You need to evaluate if you are looking to day trade now. You've made a decision why you want to trade, what investment you want to trade, who you want to follow. Now you need to sit down and evaluate. Now you have a strategy. Uh, is it really making me money? Right? That's what it is. So if you think you are making money, for example, for now I've been trading for a while, so I know exactly what strategy I'm going to use, and it's always a learning process. Whenever you're trading or in life, it's always a learning process. It's not you know it all and that's it, and you're gonna sit down and make billions of dollars. Things are always evolving, right? Whether it's in life or whether it's trading, there's always the markets are always moving differently. Sometimes the markets are up, sometimes the markets are down, sometimes the markets are going sideways. So you always need to sit down and evaluate if you have a strategy in those different market conditions, how your strategy is actually going to play out. So this is part one of the video. Hopefully I'll make a lot more videos for you guys, just for you to sit down and see as a millennial how you're going to sit down and day trade. If you like the video, give a like on the video and do follow me on Twitter or StockTwits at WatchlistStock, or email me at swatchlist@gmail.com. If you need more videos, hit subscribe and you should get a notification once I post more. Adios.